Good morning, you're Von Zell Hall, and in 24-1747, Mr. Hall is charged with murder, and what is the announcement?
Your Honor, the last setting I requested some digital media. Since then, Mr. Nichols has done an impressive job of providing with most everything I need. Unfortunately, I think some of it hasn't been provided to him. And I've discussed this with him. I'm trying to get a few more items I think are pretty important to this situation before we announce. If I could have a 30-day
Okay, pause right here. This is courtroom chess. The defense is buying time, asking for a 30-day reset to review missing digital evidence. That might not sound dramatic, but in a murder case, even a misplaced file can be the difference between freedom and a life sentence. What do you think? Is this a fair delay or just a legal stall tactic? Drop your thoughts in the comments.
There was some follow-up testing and some documentation that he was asking that I don't see in my file, so we need to find out if it exists, where it is, and things like that. So,
all right, so I'll do one more reset. Y'all can work on that. If there's anything that you can get, obviously get that to Mr. Matuska and Mr. Hall. Mr. Matuska will be out there, I'm sure, to visit with you once he gets everything to see what y'all want to do at the next court date, okay? All right, you can go back with the bailiff. Thank you. Good morning. You're Anthony Williams. And Mr. Rojas, will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment?
he will, Your Honor.
Mr. Williams, in cause number 240401, you're charged with the third-degree felony offense of evading arrest or detention with the use of a vehicle from December 7th of 2023. And how do you plead to that charge? Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily? And are you pleading guilty because you actually did what they've charged you with? I have here on the computer some documents that have your signature on them that the state has marked as Exhibit Number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Mr. Rojas? And do you fully understand them? And do you understand, if I follow the agreement that you've made with the district attorney, that you'll be waiving or giving up any right to appeal?
10 years in prison, but wait, probated. That means no bars yet. He's getting probation instead of prison time, as he follows every rule to the letter. Sounds like mercy, but it's a ticking time bomb. One slip, and that full decade behind bars kicks in. Would you trust yourself with that deal?
And it looks like the agreement is for a 10-year term in prison, but that would be probated. You'd be on probation for 7 years. There's a $1,000 fine, and you would be required to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation. Is that your understanding? Also, do you understand, if you're not a U.S. citizen, that a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law? Sorry. State tenders number 1.
No objection.
It's admitted. Is there any evidence that Mr. Williams is not competent?
No, Your Honor.
All right, so I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find that you're mentally competent and you understand the nature and the consequences of that plea. Find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to reset your case for sentencing so that I can get a pre-sentence report done. That'll give me more information about you and your case, and then we'll come back at a later date for sentencing. You need to stop and talk to probation on your way out of the courtroom today so they can start that report, and she's sitting at that desk right over there. All right, we'll see you back at sentencing.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
Yes, sir. Mr. Rojas, you have Theron Jackson. Good morning, you're Theron Jackson.
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Jackson was previously in court, entered pleas of true to counts 1 through 5 in each of his motion to revoke unadjudicated probations. On probation for aggravated robbery, actually 3 cases, an aggravated robbery and then 2 aggravated assaults with deadly weapons, and cause numbers 24-1324, 1323 and 0883. I've received the updated pre-sentence report. This was unagreed, and has everyone had an opportunity to receive that report and review it?
We have, Your Honor.
Are there any additions or corrections to that report?
Not from us, sir.
All right, Mr. Rojas, you may proceed.
Judge, Mr. Jackson recognizes he's on probation for some serious offenses, and that, in my opinion, looks like he needs help. His main problems come from mental health issues. He's homelessness. He's got lack of transportation, and he's got limited family here in the area. He tells me that when he was first released from jail, he didn't have a place to live, didn't have any transportation. That's the reason for not being able to get to probation department in the beginning. He's been on probation for such a short period of time. He's been unable to get the benefit of the resources that probation has to offer. I understand that's because of his not attending probation. But again, I think that all stems from the homelessness and the lack of transportation and the mental health issues. He is trying to get help for himself. He does have the application to get his government.
This is where it hits hard. Thurin Jackson isn't just facing the law. He's battling homelessness, mental illness, and no family support. His letter to the court is raw, real, and heartbreaking. You can hear the desperation. But here's the real question. Should the justice system take his circumstances into account? Is the law no matter what?
He's got contact with someone from MHMR if he were allowed to stay on probation. He tells me that he has a place to live now. He's going to be living with his cousin who does live here in Beaumont. He is hopeful that he can get his job back at the place he was working for at the barbecue restaurant.
Yeah, that's
Hold on.
And of course, that all is going to depend on him actually going to probation. And he tells me now that he does understand that the importance of getting there, he will do everything he can to make sure that he does get to probation if the court were to allow him to stay on probation. And that's what he's asking the court to do this morning, Judge. And at the proper time, I think he does have a statement to make.
Go ahead.
Hello, my name is Thurin Jackson. I'm writing this letter pleading for mercy. I started my probation off on the wrong note. Everything I had on probation was in first place. I ended up losing my cell phone and the place that I was living. The people found out that I was on probation and they kicked me out the house. And I didn't have, they kicked me out. I got kicked out of the place I was staying at. And the same night, the police had came and arrested me for some improper, some things that I didn't do. And they said I was under intoxication, but I wasn't, you know what I'm saying? Because they was all fighting and stuff like that. And they put me in jail for one night for intoxication, but they didn't have no breathalyzer or nothing saying that I was intoxicated, and they said I was intoxicated, and they was lying. They was lying on me. I don't have, they didn't have any record or proof of intoxication. I got to jail and they released me the next day for public intoxication. I reported the next day, the day I was supposed to report. You know how they let you out of jail. You know what I'm saying? At like 3 o'clock. It was raining so bad. It was flooding. I didn't have nowhere to get there. So I walked. The next day I waited till it stopped raining, and it was unflooded. And I walked to the probation office, and I told the lady that I didn't have my social security card and my ID, and she said she was gonna help me do it. And I was very excited, Judge, for trying to get my GED. I was very excited about going to school, and man, the lady kicked me out of the house where I was staying at, and I had to move in the hotel room. And I ran out of money, and bro, it just all went downhill from there. Yeah. And if you can find any way for me to get back on probation, I promise I'm gonna do the right thing. And you know, I'm a good citizen, and I help anybody I can. I'm a minister of music. I go to church, Solid Rock Church of God Christ, and Yeah, man, I've been trying to stay out of trouble. I just been running up on hard times, Judge. I just need a second chance.
Ms. Monfino?
Judge, I'm not unsympathetic to his situation. I don't think it's something that he's just coming in today saying that he's had these problems. I think they've been ongoing. I think that's why we initially wanted to give him the opportunity of probation so that he could participate in the mental health caseload. Obviously, he's very lucky to have Ms. Core as his officer, but I have spoken with her several times about this, and she has gone above and beyond just trying to make contact with him to bring him in to say these are the resources we try to have to help you, and they just can't ever find them. I'm not suggesting that necessarily my position is revocation, but my position would be, Judge, if the court gives him this opportunity, he does not take advantage of it, and he does not do what Ms. Core needs him to do, that the court orders him to do, that the recommendation would be significantly higher than it would be today for revocation based on that.
Here's the twist. The judge could have sentenced him to life in prison, no exaggeration. But instead, she gives him one last lifeline. Special. Needs probation with mental health support. That's rare. Judges don't hand out second chances like candy. Do you think he deserves it? Or is this just another setup for failure?
You probably haven't even had enough time to know. I guess my question, Ms. Core, would be, if I continue him on probation, would something like cognitive track of ISF be
Yes, ma'am.
helpful, or that, or either special needs safety? Which one do you think would be more appropriate to help him get a good start before he gets back out?
I would think very highly of his special needs safety for him.
Okay. I mean, Mr. Jackson, everybody wants you to be successful,
Yes, ma'am.
but you're the only one that can make that happen. You have all the resources. Ms. Core wants to help you. Probation has all kinds of things to help you, but you have to. They're not going to come. She's not going to come find you.
Yes, ma'am.
So, if I give you this opportunity today, you're going to go get some help in custody. Listen, and when you're out though, and when you're finished with that treatment,
Yes, ma'am.
it's going to be your responsibility to go where you're supposed to go, to let her know where you're living, and she's not going to go try to find you. You don't show up, then you're going to be back in here, and we will not be having these conversations. Today, I could send you to prison for the rest of your life for violating your probation. Right now, today. For life. For 50 years, for 30 years, for 20 years. An aggravated robbery and 2 aggravated assaults with deadly weapons. You should probably be going to prison. So you need to understand that this is it. There's no second chance. This is your chance. All right? So I'm going to find that you entered your pleas of true to counts 1 through 5 in all 3 cases freely and voluntarily. Find those counts true. Find sufficient evidence in each case to revoke your probations and find you guilty, but I'm not going to do that. I'm going to continue your probations in each of your cases. I'm going to order in each of your cases that you enter and successfully complete the special needs track of SafeP. That's going to give you all kinds of help to make sure when you get out, you're ready to go and you'll be making better decisions. You won't have any issues, hopefully, with regard to any type of drug or alcohol abuse, and you will also have aftercare, a place to live, and things like that. So you're going to have what you need, and it's going to be up to you. All right. Good luck to you, sir. You can go back with the bailiff. Thank you, Ms. Core. Good morning. Are you Cody Dent?
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Dent is on probation in 2 cases, 13-17772 and 22-41052, for the offenses of obstruction or retaliation and theft of property. Those both have motion to revoke pending. And then there is a new allegation or new indictment in cause number 250807 of burglary of a building. And
And now we're at the bond hearing pivot. The new defense attorney hasn't even started discovery yet, but he's already pushing for a mental health evaluation. Translation: he's aiming to humanize the accused before the system stamps him as just another criminal. Smart strategy or too soon to call? Let's hear it from you.
Samuel,
Yes, Your Honor, I've been hired to represent Mr. Dent. I went out and visited with him this past weekend, and I've also spoken with him this morning. And as a result of my evaluation and talking with him, I believe it's merited to